When the wind remembered her name, the wind always found her first. Before anyone noticed her presence, before words were exchanged or eyes fully met, the wind would reach her, sliding through her hair, lifting the long brown strands as if they carried secrets only the sky could understand. It was on a quiet afternoon, in an open field where the earth met the horizon, that her story truly began. She stood there in white, not because she wanted to be noticed, but because white felt honest. It carried no weight, no lies, no memories stitched too tightly into fabric. The off-shoulder dress rested gently against her skin, and the breeze played with it like an old friend who knew her too well. Her name was Elena. She had learned long ago that some souls are born softer than the world they live in. Elena was one of them. A heart that felt too much. Elena had always felt deeply, too deeply, some would say. As a child, she cried when flowers were stepped on. As a teenager, she wrote letters she never sent. As a woman, she loved in ways that left scars invisible to everyone except her. She believed that love should feel like home. Safe, warm, certain. But life had taught her otherwise. Years ago, she had loved someone who promised forever but left behind silence. Someone who held her hands and spoke of dreams, then walked away when reality asked for courage. That kind of love doesn't disappear, it settles quietly in the chest, turning into memories that ache on nights when the world is too still. Yet Elena never became bitter. She carried her pain gently, like a fragile glass cup, careful not to let it break into sharp edges that could hurt others. The place she returned to, the field, was not new to her. She had come here often, especially when her thoughts grew heavy. It was a place where the sky felt closer, where the wind spoke in whispers, and where no one demanded explanations. This place had seen her tears. It had heard her laughter. It had watched her stand back up when she thought she couldn't. As she stood there now, hair covering half her face, she wasn't hiding. She was simply being. Sometimes strength looks like stillness. The day everything changed, it was on one such quiet day that he appeared. Not suddenly, not dramatically, just gently. He was walking along the edge of the field, carrying a book under his arm, lost in thought. When he looked up and saw her, he stopped, not because she was beautiful, though she was, but because there was something in her presence that felt familiar. As if he had seen her before, in a dream, perhaps. Their eyes met briefly. No words, no smiles forced too early. Just a moment of shared silence. Some connections don't announce themselves loudly. They arrived softly. Later, they spoke. They talked about ordinary things, the weather, books, how the wind never seemed to rest there. But beneath the simplicity, something deeper was forming. A recognition, a sense of understanding without explanation. He didn't ask her to be anything else. He didn't try to fix her past. He didn't rush her heart. And for the first time in a long time, Elena felt safe. Love without noise. Their love did not explode like fireworks. It unfolded like dawn. Slow, quiet, certain. He learned her silences. She learned his fears. He noticed how she touched flowers without breaking them. She noticed how he listened, not just to her words, but to her pauses. They laughed. They argued gently. They grew. And through it all, the wind continued to play with her hair, as if blessing what was happening. But life, as always, had its own plans. The goodbye that wasn't chosen. One morning, before the sun fully rose, he received a call that changed everything. A responsibility far away, a family matter that couldn't be ignored, a journey that had no clear return date. They stood in the same field when he told her. No anger, no blame, just quiet.